But now, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any more time, let's move on to the next topic, which is really brilliant because we're going to be talking about digital transformation through generative AI. So right now, we do have a customer engineer from Google Cloud, Gaurav Srivastava, who will be joining us right here on stage. So Gaurav, let's have you joining us right here on stage. Well, ladies and
I hope you can hear me. Cool. So maybe I'm the person who is just between you and lunch. But one thing for sure, this session you will be loving it because one of the things which everyone has been talking about on this particular forum, which was health, and another one was generative AI. So these are the two things which I know I have a very short span of time to talk about those two things, but that's what I'm going to talk to you. So if you look at it, why this particular slide as a first slide? Every generation has a different way of looking into the things. Right from the steam engine when it was first got into the entire ecosystem to today's AI, correct? Everyone is talking about AI. But what about the AI? Is it something which just came in now, just with the onslaught of the 𝕻𝖓GPT of the world which we have been talking about, or has there been things which have been happening in the past? What is the foundation on which all these things have got created, correct? Prior to that, one more thing, if you look at it, everything which we are talking from that particular perspective, what Google talks about it. So Google, it says, organize the world information to make it universally accessible and useful. So each word, if you look at it, each thing we are using as of now, containers, every other organization, they are talking about moving on to the containerized environment. That's something which we have been doing for ages. Kubernetes is something which we gave back to the open source environment. World information, which is all about data. AI is something which we have been driving for ages together now. And that's what the search and all those stuff you have. Universally accessible. Everyone is talking about APIs now. That's what we talk about. And the last one is useful. Information without having a use is something which no one cares about it. And that's where we bring into the picture the artificial intelligence. So everyone is talking about all these large-scale models and all those stuff which is there as of now. But where exactly it started? So if you look at it, that all started when Google invented the transformer architecture. That's the base architecture on which everything is built now. This is what we bring onto the table. This is where the AI thing which we are talking about is onto the table. And if you look at it, it is not only just one single model which we are talking about, there are multiple models which we have on which research is going on or things which are already there in the market. Whether it is 𝕋, 𝕑, 𝖴, all those stuff. All these things are something, if you look at on the left side of the things, is something on which Google has been working on it, or it is already there in the market for people to go ahead and look into it. So bringing on to, because everyone talks about, but what exactly it is. All these things are nothing but are large-scale models. These are the models on which the language is built, correct? I give you something and then you are expecting something back from that particular thing. So how exactly it can be built? It can only be built when there is a large amount of data which is ingested, and that's where things comes out. That's where the conversation comes out. That's where 𝕻𝖓GPT, 𝕑, 𝖴, all these things, they are trying to help out when we are giving out something. And then we say, for example, what's there in Goa for me? That's a simple question, correct? But then it has to understand the things which are there in the open internet and in the closed loop as well, correct? So that's where Google brings onto the table the difference. It is not only the consumer side of the world, but the enterprise side of the things. So that's where the differentiation is going to happen. Because what happens? There is a large set of data which is there, which is open to everyone. But what about the data which is the government-owned data? You want to do analytics on top of that. You don't want to give it back onto the open internet, correct? Or you don't want to give it to someone else to create their models based on that particular data. So that's where the differentiation between the consumer side of the things and the enterprise side of the things comes into picture. This is what I'm talking about the security, about your ownership and everything. That's where we are differentiating the two side of the worlds, which is the consumer side and the enterprise side of the things. So if you look at it, two main things when we talk about generative AI, because everything at the end is, so first, how easily you can go ahead and search out the things. If I'm able to do a search, then only I'm able to go ahead and do something. If I'm not able to search out, I can't do anything. And second thing is how quickly I can go to the market. When I say go to the market, if I've done something, how easily I can go back to the end citizens to help them out. That's where the out-of-the-box enterprise search comes into picture and the bots which are coming into the picture. So it is not only the chatbots which we are talking about, but the voice bots. Everyone has been doing about the chatbots, correct? Chatbots have at least, they have matured to a level where many organizations, they have created their models, they are working on it. But what we are talking about the voice bots. How easily we can integrate the things and move things towards the voice, because that's the next thing. And that too in the local language. That's where we come into the picture. That's where we are trying to help the governments. That's where we are trying to help the citizens. Because the main motto of Google is how we can impact billions of people together, not only about just few 100,000. If you look at it, something which is there, something which you have already used, have been using it. But what we are trying to give it out to you is something which is build your own search, making use of your own models itself, and which resides with you. It's not going to go with someone else where he can also build on top of it. So that's where which we are trying to talk about it, which is the next generation AI, the Gen AI part, which is specific to the enterprises. I'm just taking it forward quickly because it's just a 10-minute slot which I have, and it says 3 minutes left. Quick thing about when I'm talking about the search and all those stuff. Very quick example how exactly it can impact the normal citizens, correct? Think about different benefits which are being passed on to the end citizens, correct? Very simple example. There are 300, say for example, 300 different benefits which can be availed by a particular citizen. There would be few people who are availing out 10 benefits which are for them. There may be people who don't even know what particular benefits they have. By scanning through all the documents and everything which they have submitted for getting a particular benefit, vis-a-vis the documents which are available with the government itself, in a quick fashion, I'll be able to tell him, boss, these are the 3 benefits which you are already using, these are the 4 benefits which you can go ahead and use from the government, which is going to help you improve the overall efficiency or the overall life which you are leading. And it will also help Exchequer to reduce the overall cost, because then I'm able to give out the benefits to multiple people, not only one single person. That's the most important thing. That's why I'll be able to get the financial inclusion as well. That's the thing where how exactly generative AI can help us out. Second thing which everyone has been talking about, and even the before panel which talked about, was about the health sciences. How exactly generative AI can help to get this particular thing to everyone who is there, correct? One thing which is very important is reduce the load in the government hospitals, correct? We all know government hospitals, every day thousands of patients they come in, and it's very difficult to get those people to get the thing, because they are from the different parts of the country plus different strata. They may not be able to understand the same thing. How exactly, by using the conversation AI, instead of having a person sitting out there and trying to do things out, I have the virtual assistant who's helping out these people. That's what we are talking about. Second thing is about how exactly we can get the patient-centric, and the third thing is all about the mundane work which is there. So say for example, we have been talking about the insurance which has been part of the Ayushman Bharat, correct? So whenever someone has to go ahead and take a particular benefit when he is in the hospital, correct? The person have to fill out a form, then that particular hospital will send out those things, and so not, correct? So there will be doctor prescriptions and so many things which will be required. All these are something which are routine work. That's where generative AI can help to get all these things in one single place. Because all these mundane work, I will just say, go ahead and this is the name of the patient, this is the thing for which we want to have the particular insurance claim, move forward with that. That's what we are talking about. So this is a simple example. So patient comes, he says that, hey, it is related to the heart problem. Go ahead and send out something to the insurance company so that the insurance can be claimed. In the, sorry, मैंने पीपीटी भेजी हुई है सर, वो पीपीटी में तो दोनों छोड़ दीजिए, आगे बढ़ जाइए, कोई नहीं, आगे बढ़िए. So the last, because it's time's up, I'll just play a very small video how exactly you can use all these things, because 90% of you will be using the Google Workspace, which is the Gmail, the Google Docs, and all those stuff. So how exactly we have embedded the Gen AI into the Google Docs itself, that's a 1.5 minute video which I'll just play out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
So basically what I'm talking about, how exactly you can, what Srinivas was talking about, what Santosh was talking about, that particular implementation in Google Docs itself. How exactly we can write those summaries, how exactly we can just say that go ahead and do this, and it will go ahead and help you out to get the summary, whether you have to write something, all those stuff at one single place. So I hope this particular content was useful, a very small one, but hopefully it helps. Thank you.
All right. So Gaurav, thank you so much for giving us your time. But from our side, we do have something lovely that we would like to give you. Can we call upon our very own 𝕮𝖃 sir to join us right here on stage to give away this lovely memento? He is the Executive Director, Electronics Corporation of Tamil Nadu Limited, Government of Tamil Nadu. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting a memento to Gaurav Srivastava. Please put your hands together for the customer engineer of Google Cloud on a digital transformation through generative AI.